It's time for Rizz Rant!
Yes.
We need sound effects.
Yeah, there needs to be sound effects, pyro, flashing.
Oh, come on, that wasn't incredible?
It was. It was
That was incredible.
for what it was worth. But yeah, on intercoinandbegin.com, I did a Rizz Rant about Nintendo's response to their game Tomodachi Life. Apparently, there is a movement going around on Twitter called the Miiquality, and what this is the Tomodachi Life game doesn't support same-sex marriage on their site, on their game. And what this is, it's more of a virtual reality. I called it a Second Life-ish game, only with using Miis instead of people from Second Life. And you can do just about anything. And I think what sparked most of the and what kind of put more gas on the fire was Nintendo's response, which I will read as such. Nintendo never intended to make any form of social commentary with the launch of Tomodachi Life. Side note, I keep on saying Tamagotchi. The relationship options in the game represent a playful alternate world rather than a real-life simulation. We hope that all our fans will see that Tomodachi Life was intended to be a whimsical and quirky game, and that we were absolutely not trying to provide social commentary. How? What?
Yeah.
First of all, whimsical or not, it's not based off real life. And if you want to not base it on real life, don't tell people what they should do. I'm looking at this as what they're trying to say when they first called it a whimsical game, and then they don't have what they think is whimsical about it. It's not. It doesn't matter if it's intended or not, but if you don't have something in their game, like same-sex marriage, it's going to cause something. It's going to cause people to get mad and angry, like this gentleman did on his I don't know if this was on his Vimeo page. Jeez,
the biggest thing I take from this is, and the thing I don't know, and I think I said so in the comments to this article, what is the situation in Japan as far as gay marriage, equal rights, etc.? Like, is this?
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something we can easily just look up and say, hey, what's with the gay thing in Japan?
It actually is. 24% of Japanese are for same-sex marriage. However, 52 are against.
Okay.
Same-sex marriage isn't allowed in Japan, and they don't recognize same-sex marriage.
Okay, so it sounds like they're not as progressively as far on this specific issue as we are in America. So being this is a conversion from Japan,
like,
I mean,
that's. I get what you're saying with that sort.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think this is an intentional, thing. I think this is the norm in Japan. This is where it was created. So
but don't just say, okay, we like you guys anyways, but we're not going to have this in their game. Mm-hmm. Just go say, okay, what we're going to do is do this. Ask if they can change some aspects to the American game.
Yeah.
Make it optional, yeah.
Yeah, make it an option. Make them see that we know you don't see gay marriage in the same light as people over here do. And they want their games. Mm-hmm. They want to be accepted in the world that they play in, whimsical or real.
Well,
And
yes, but at the same time, and I'm not trying to defend Nintendo, I'm just pointing out that it's a Japanese game. As of this century, sexual orientation isn't protected by national laws in Japan, which means they face all types of discrimination. I got that right here. I don't want you to think that I knew that. And at the same time,
just went with it, man. You should have just went with it.
What's that?
You should have just went with that idea.
Yeah, but and at the same time, it costs money to change that, which is what Nintendo's looking at. I'm not saying it's right because it's not, but that's what they're looking at. It costs time and money to change those things.
And it's not. Go ahead. Sorry.
And as we've pointed out here in the past, they're not going to do a hack job on it to make it work. They're going to make sure that it's perfect before they send it, which takes even more time because, as we know, game designers care about the rock and the grass.
Rocks and grass.
You know, and I think this is it's an interesting thing to point out. I don't think this is something to be giant outrage. I mean, it's kind of the temperature of the industry. There's bigger problems in the industry as far as this issue than the Miiquality game. But it's good to point out. I don't think this is an intentional slight by Nintendo. I think this is just, this was how the game was there, and they were just going to bring it over in English here, and that's what it is. And they're not trying to be social. They're like, here's a fun, whimsical game, and here you go. So, I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice, and you know, they're not the only game that has this problem. But they're getting better with that. You know, I mean,
it's not as bad as Russia.
Precisely.
No. Russia put a 18 and over limit on Sims.
Yeah.
Because of the same-sex marriages.
Exactly.
So, I mean, they're definitely saying that it's not a thing in Russia.
Bobby, wrong show.
I know. All right. And another thing I was gonna throw in, like, why don't they put like you know how Mortal Kombat had the blood code? Like some.
So you want So you want a gay code for this game?
Maybe if it would bring it into the thing. I mean,
no, because that still requires programming.
Yeah, I don't think that's
true. Yeah,
I don't think Nintendo is specifically saying we won't allow the gay coupling because we're against gay coupling. They're saying this is just not what the game was.
Gay DLC.
We're not going to go recode it to meet this standard that people are holding it to.
Separate gay DLC. Gay-friendly DLC. GLC.
Yeah, I mean, yes, Nintendo deserves smacked for this. It's something that they should have thought about. However, being a Japanese company, it's something that they didn't think about. So, Nintendo America has to deal with all the backlash now, and that's not really fair.
Yeah, it's not fair to them.
Rizz should be throwing shit right now.